What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick'em plays for Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. And, a couple plays for Thursday, the 28th as well. That's Thanksgiving. Got some football plays in the hopper for the Thanksgiving NFL games. But if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Get that 50% deposit match bonus. Take advantage of all the other crazy bonuses that Underdog puts out there all the time. I'm not sure what we're going to get yet, but I think we're going to get something pretty wild on Thanksgiving for these games. If you're new to Underdog, obviously use that code. And if you're somebody who couldn't access Underdog previously, but now has a shot, now that you're traveling for the holidays, you're seeing friends, family, whoever in a different state that allows Underdog, feel free to use that promo code DailyDog. Obviously, it makes it all the sweeter when you get a 50% deposit match bonus that you can use to increase your expected value. All right. Yesterday, another day of trash picks on Underdog Fantasy. Obviously, I don't love that. I hate that, actually. I'm big. I don't know. It's been 9 days since I hit a slip. So, yeah, things aren't great. Yesterday, the two-leggers tried to make it simple. That didn't get it done. If you want to go full fade mode on me, feel free. The only problem is that I'm hitting half my slips, only the exception being college basketball yesterday, where I was just terrible on both those. But yeah, if you want to get in on the game by fading me, feel free. I would not hold it against you. Today, things have been bad lately, but we keep our nose to the grindstone. We stay on the course, and we keep on putting in slips. So, all right, looking at Thursday football in the NFL ranks, we're going to go with Josh Jacobs, higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown. David Montgomery, higher than rushing 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. And Malik Nabers, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. All these people are important to their offenses, obviously. But I'm taking Josh Jacobs, higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown, because I think that he's going to have plenty of work in this game against the Dolphins. On the other side, I think that, or in the other games, I think that David Montgomery, Manfred Montgomery at home, come on, we got to take advantage of that. So give me David Montgomery higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. And then Malik Nabers higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown. His number's at 1.77x increased multiplier. I think there's a good chance that Drew Lock gets in this game, maybe starts this game. That helps the passing game a ton. Devito ain't the type of guy to throw it across the yard and take a lot of risks and take big shots. So give me the man, the myth, the legend, Malik Nabers to score a touchdown here. More on that game. We're going to go Tommy Devito lower than 0.5 interceptions against the Cowboys. Why would I do that? Because one, Tommy Devito, basically the only good thing about him is he protects the ball through the air. And two, he might be losing time or not even start this game to Drew Lock. So it's a pretty safe space to put a guy in who doesn't turn the ball over regularly and who also might be on a short leash in this game. Come on, what else do you want? Give me Tommy DeVito lower than half interception. But we're also going to take, I'm also going to take Tua Tagovailoa higher than 0.5 interceptions. Dude is not good in cold weather. I think that they're going to be behind, and by that I mean the Dolphins are going to be behind versus the Packers. So give me Tua to throw a pick here. That's a 3.21x multiplier. Last one, receptions, two-legger. CeeDee Lamb higher than 6.5 receptions. He's been getting higher than 6.5 receptions regardless of who's playing quarterback. I don't know why it's still an increased multiplier for him to have higher than that. I think that there's a little bit of prevailing thought that it could be a blowout for the Cowboys, which is hilarious to think the Cowboys could blow anyone out. But if there's a blowout, obviously he's not going to get many receptions. That said, no, they're just going to throw him the ball a bunch. That's what they do every game. So give me CeeDee Lamb higher than 6.5 receptions. Same goes for Amon-Ra St. Brown higher than 6.5 receptions. Game plan is always to get this guy involved a ton. I don't think that's going to change for the Lions here. So give me CeeDee Lamb higher than 6.5 receptions. These two guys together have higher than 6.5 receptions each. CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3.56x multiplier. All right, those are my three new slips for Thursday football on Thanksgiving. I gave out three yesterday. I'll give you a quick rundown of those. One was Caleb Williams to throw an interception and Amon-Ra St. Brown to score a touchdown. That was a 3x. I also had Tyrone Tracy to have a rushing plus receiving touchdown and CeeDee Lamb to have a rushing plus receiving touchdown. That was a 4.56x multiplier. And then I also had Tua Tagovailoa lower than 241.5 passing yards in that game against the Dolphins, or not against the Dolphins, against the Packers. You can still get that number, or maybe even slightly better, depending on when you get this. And Josh Jacobs, I took an alt higher than 79.5 rushing yards against the Dolphins. I think that has a good chance of coming home too. That's a 3.25x multiplier. All right, let's get to some picks for today specifically. You don't got to wait that 24 hours till Thursday to get in on these ones. We are going to go with Franz Wagner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. This is a funny one if you watch the show every day, because I had Franz Wagner to do this a couple days ago. And I pointed out that, you know what, if he misses it, it's not like it's going to be close. When he goes under, he usually goes like 0 for 4, 0 for 5 from 3, 1 for 6, something like that. And when he goes over, he gets 4 or 5 3-pointers. Well, of course, I jinxed it. He had exactly 2, and we needed 3 3-pointers. We're going back to the well. Franz Wagner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. Then we're going to go with Steph Curry, higher than 23.5 points against the Thunder. Steph steps up in big games, especially in the regular season. He's game time decision for this game. I think he's playing, obviously, just based on the line in this game. I think he's playing, but he was also a game time decision in his game a couple days ago. He had 28 points. Steph Curry, higher than 23.5 points. I got no problem with it. I love it. Franz Wagner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. Steph Curry, higher than 23.5 points. 3.36x multiplier. My God, we are spraying the board. If we cannot hit a freaking slip today, I'm going to be so annoyed. But if you do have a down streak like this, one, you need to have great bankroll management. You're not going to, pay off your car on one day of Underdog. You need to have consistency. You need to manage your risk, and also don't go crazy. Don't put everything, on a 8-leg slip every single day. Maybe every once in a while, take a long shot. It's fun to play a lotto ticket here and there, but you got to be a little bit more conservative, and you got to trust the process, because you're not going to hit Underdog slips every day. If you do know someone who's hitting Underdog slips every single day, follow them. I'd love to see them, but I don't think they really exist. And then the other thing is sign up with promo code DailyDog, get on Underdog. One, that 50% deposit match bonus when you're new, you can try to lock that or lengthen that time you have with those free funds as long as possible by not overextending yourself. But also having a 50% deposit match bonus can go a long way if you do have proper bankroll management, because even if you started out with $100, $200, having that extra 50%, and then, playing $5 slips, $10 slips, $20 slips, something like that, you can play for a lot of days by keeping your bankroll managed at least semi competently. You don't have to go crazy every single day, and using the promos makes that even easier. All right, I didn't even get to my NHL slip. Brad Marchand, lower than 0.5 points for the Bruins against the Islanders here. This worked for us yesterday. I think it's going to work for us again. I just think that the Bruins need to get to the Thanksgiving break, the day off, and reset a little bit. Their offense is terrible. You're getting plus money or a scorcher, a multiplier for Marchand not to have a point. Bruins just aren't getting many points in general, so just assuming that if they do, it's going to be one of the him or Pasternak, it makes sense, right? But you don't need to have it like they don't need to line it like it's like a stone cold lock every single time he breathes on the ice. So then we're going to go to Matt Duchene, higher than half of a point for the Stars against the Blackhawks. Duchene basically is a walking point. I don't care. Put him on a slip any day you can if it's a fair enough price. Today qualifies, especially against a team like the Blackhawks. Last one, Ellis Peterson, higher than 0.5 points against the Penguins. Penguins allow too many goals, too many points, and Peterson let us down on his assist yesterday. I like him to get back in the point column here. So Ellis Peterson higher than 0.5 points. This 3-leg slip is a 4.86 multiplier. That was Ellis Peterson to have a point, Matt Duchene to have a point, and Brad Marchand not to have a point. 4.86x multiplier. Last one, college basketball. My college basketball slip yesterday was possibly my worst slip of the entire year. That doesn't mean I'm quitting college basketball slips. I got another one here for you. Cliff Omoruyi of Bama, higher than 7.5 points against his old team Rutgers. Revenge spot, hey, you guys can't stop me spot. Let's go, Cliff. Higher than 7.5 points in this game. it could backfire. Rutgers could develop their whole game plan to get one over on Big Cliff. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cliff is going to be able to get the last laugh from his home region up in the Northeast in Jersey, and also his former team, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Then we go Frankie Fiddler of Michigan State, lower than 13.5 points. This guy's not putting up a lot of 14-point games. I don't know why this number's so high. Guys are tired and there's a lot of stuff happening at these tournaments, but I think it's still too high. So give me Frankie Fiddler, lower than 13.5 points. 3x multiplier on this college basketball slip. That's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.